In the retail space, Amazon is driving a lot of the changes, and for them, automating the picking process is as critical as automating the delivery process. Now, every year they hold the Amazon Robotics Challenge, and this year it was won by a team from Brisbane in Australia. So Nick Queck went to meet the brains behind the bots.
16 teams from around the globe went bot to bot in Japan. The goal? To build a custom droid that can identify common objects, pick them up and sort them out in record time. Scooping the $80,000 grand prize were these guys from the Australian Centre for Robotic Vision of Queensland University of Technology. And when I got an invite for a private tour of their lab, I expected the customary conservative welcome from the usual studious scholars.
Okay, let's go and see Cartman.
After you.
How befitting that an award-winning robot should have his own bot butler.
All of these robots require some degree of specialist knowledge, so if a particular specialist isn't there on the day, it's really hard to actually get the robot to operate, whereas Pepper, anyone can pull Pepper out and then start running the robot.
If you want to see Cartman in action, select an item on my screen.
Let's go for the marbles.
Hey, Cartman, please fetch the marbles.
A robot is telling another robot how to be a robot.
Cartman has 3 axes of movement and works like an arcade crane claw, but he's got 2 hands, a pincer and a suction grip. He chooses which one to use depending on what item he needs to pick.
There's a lot of different ideas that we brainstormed and that we prototyped and that we engineered, and finally this is what we came up with, and this is the one that actually won the challenge. Yeah.
And not very compact, is it?
Cartman sees what he's doing via a depth sensing camera, which helps him visualise 3D models of objects.
So you can see that the sponges are sticking out further than the marbles, for example. And with that information, the robot then decides what is the object that I want to pick and where do I pick that object.
He's able to identify learned products and new ones too. His discerning eye is critical.
Actually, in the Amazon case, you get so many new objects every day that you actually cannot have just a library of all possible objects ever. So your vendor puts a new sticker on an object, or the boxes change shape, and so it becomes a new object, and you need to train a system to understand this is a new object and this is how I would pick it up.
The team now are looking beyond warehouse walls. It's not about picking items from a shelf, but from a branch. Cue Harvey, the pepper picking harvester.
We grow a lot of capsicums in Queensland. We grow over 80% of Australia's capsicums, and we export a lot of that as well. In Australia, we have a big agricultural industry, and one of the things that we're trying to improve is automating that technology, improving the performance and efficiencies.
He's also got 2 arms and 1, and a special camera to see what's in front of him. He knows when a fruit is ripe and uses an electric saw to cut the pepper's stem, or as it's known to only people in this room, it's peduncle.
It also uses a state-of-the-art deep learning system to detect what's called a peduncle. This is particularly hard because it's green on green. Through the deep learning system, there's a background neural network, a deep neural network, and what you get out of that is activations, and we can visualize this using a heat map. And what that gives is an area of interest where it thinks the peduncle is.
Once he's spotted the pepper though, getting around its obstructing leaves can be a fiddly business.
So this is their new camera system. It actually comprises of 9 different camera lenses at different depths to give the impression of a human looking around leaves. It's powered by 9 individual Raspberry Pis and is 3D printed, so it's fairly cheap to prototype.
Right now, Harvey's just a proof of concept. The team haven't analysed how commercially viable a bot like him could be in the wild. But his designers say he could reduce crop waste by helping farmers harvest more at peak times. He's able to manoeuvre between crop rows and work for 8 hours straight, without tea breaks.
The other value we see in Harvey is actually not just harvesting the fruit, but being a full crop management system. So what this allows it to do is detect fruit, detect the grade of the fruit, and also inform the grower how to what's on his plant at real time. This can then tell the grower where to send it, actually make contracts and sell his fruit before it's even harvested.
Well, thanks very much, Pepper. I have to say, it's been a lovely tour, but I think it's time for me to go. So we should say goodbye here. Namaste.